Hello, hello, hello. Gooner. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. Um, so this is the second part of match day 21, and I'm gonna go with Liverpool first. Reason I'm gonna go with Liverpool first is because I feel like if I go with Arsenal first, I'm gonna ramble a little bit. What we're getting is, in my opinion, I said from the very beginning of the season to my lads, is that I believe it's gonna be a three horse race for the title. And for me, a definition of a title race is the journey that you take in order for you to get to the race. When, for example, Olympic athletes, track and field athletes, there are many competitors within the actual race, right? But how a title race work is the headliners, the people who you believe are gonna get on the podium, right? And so, in terms of a three horse race, what that would mean is the people we believe are in the running to win the thing, right? And so it could be first, second, third, right? And what's it called? So, for example, Usain Bolt, Justin Gatlin, and what's this Canadian? Let me say, let's say a Suffer Powell, just to say racers, right? Let's just say that those guys are the guys you expected to come first, second, and third. So, in my opinion, that's what a title race would be. What we're getting right now, halfway through the season, is a people believe that Aston Villa are in a mix. People believe that Spurs are in a mix. I'm not too sure about Villa. Spurs, this one's a tricky one because if I was to take my Arsenal hat off, which I'm not, like, then looking at them and looking at their trajectory and based on their performances, based on how they're getting wins, you would say that maybe they're in it. But that's besides the point. Analyzing the game, well, Liverpool, to be honest, in the first half, is a tale of two halves, and it's been that way for Liverpool throughout the whole season, where the first half, Bournemouth, I believe they had the opportunity to take the lead. I'm not saying that they would have won the game, but they had the opportunity to get maybe one goal. And again, Liverpool came out of the half. Jurgen Klopp must have had his team talk, and he must have been like, this is unacceptable. This is what I want us to do from here on here out. Darwin Núñez is someone like, he's not a good finisher. He's like Thibaut Werner with a worse touch and worse shooting technique. But in this game, he was able to utilize his passing ability. I'm not too sure if he has a passing ability, but was able to utilize that to set up Diogo Jota. I believe did he have one goal, 2 assists, and then Jota had 2 goals. Yeah, but besides the game, because Bournemouth is a team that many Liverpool fans believe is a bogey team for them. They believe that when they play Bournemouth, that it could be something sticky for them. And for them to get across the line and do it convincing, it is a testament to what this Liverpool team is. In my personal opinion, they have not lost a single game this season. When I say that, it's because the Spurs game was a VAR anomaly. And even throughout the game, even with 10 men, they looked like they were in it. And when it became 9 men, that's when it became sticky, and it took an own goal for Spurs to even take that from them, which means that they have grit. They have the grit of the Liverpool team that was able to win the Champions League. I remember that Barcelona fixture very, very well, and that's something that Klopp has woven into the DNA of his star players. And because those star players are still there, the Alissons, the Van Dijks, the Trent Alexander-Arnolds, and Mohamed Salah, even though he wasn't present in this game, because that core is still there, they're able to instill it and weave it into the other players that have arrived. Last season, we were seeing that maybe they were tired, maybe they were gassed. But this is the thing about Liverpool. They don't run the same model as City. They run the same way with Man United, where they spend a lot of money. I would say they're stingier than Arsenal, and right? FSG are stingier than the Kroenkes. So they don't spend as much, and they're not proactive. This summer window, I would say they did the opposite of what we did. They were proactive. They bought a whole new midfield. Even Endo, who people believed wasn't supposed to be good, wasn't going to be good, is someone that is a key figure for them this season. He grew into playing Liverpool, which is what happens with transfers. Nowadays, we're too rash with transfers. We're too quick to judge players when they first come into the team. It takes time for them to get up to the pace. And Endo, again, was not in this game, but Endo is a player that has grown into that Liverpool shirt. And for these reasons, I believe Liverpool, they should win the league. They should win the league. Each game is its own. One game does not tell you you're going to win the league. But we're halfway there right now. We're almost in February. March is what we like to call the business end. March is when you can forecast or foresee what's going on. Like, March is when you look at the weather report and it's Monday and you're looking at Sunday and you're seeing, is it going to be sunny? Is it going to rain? Is it going to, and you see it on Monday and it's like, it's going to be sunny. But that forecast isn't as accurate as when you look at it on Friday. That's what March is. March is, okay, this is what I thought. I look back at it and is this going to be how it's going to be? And I do believe that Liverpool, in my opinion, right now, I'm not saying it's in their hands. I'm saying they should win the league. Right? I'm an Arsenal fan. Arsenal first. Our forecast doesn't look as sunny as their forecast. Let's be real. If you were to tell me that our forecast is going to be sunny, I'd be checking every single day of that week. Like, has it changed? Because I don't quite believe in it. And now I'm going to transition to Arsenal's game, because I believe that how Liverpool were proactive inside the transfer window earlier, when they're able to handle that midfield, which was decaying, right? They still have some holes, but because they've handled a major part of their flaws, they're able to do something this season and look like the Liverpool of old. And now I'm transitioning to Arsenal, where in our summer window, some people were saying that we had a really good window, and I always thought it was a 5 out of 10. The reason being is because when you buy someone like Kai Havertz, you have no idea where he's gonna go. And for me, Xhaka was my captain. Odegaard was on the pitch. Odegaard was wearing the band, but Xhaka was my captain. When you replace someone that key inside your midfield, it's the same as how Henderson left what was in shambles from the last season, right? So he wasn't playing as well as he was supposed to last season, so the team looks different. And unlike Endo, who's able to adapt, right, as games pass, Kai Havertz hasn't done that. He's been okay, but okay does not win you titles. 65 million for okay isn't okay. And so when I get to the game, I initially said that I didn't like the winter break, and it had more to do with my entertainment, had more to do with my life schedule. I don't like having international breaks. I don't like not watching my team. Obviously I enjoy the other teams. I watch the other teams for enjoyment, but I always have that I won't say anxiety, but it's always like, I want to know what our result is. I want to know how we did, so then I can have peace of mind. You get me? And what's happened is that we destroyed them. We destroyed Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is a team that's in shambles. And they brought the banners out, right? And it has more to do. The fans are saying it has to do with the fact that they're not properly utilizing the potential of the squad and not properly utilizing the transfer market and everything, in order for them, because they're a mid-table team, right? And they're 14th right now, and it doesn't look comfortable, right? Obviously, with the stuff that's happened with Everton, we don't know how much of a points deduction they're gonna have. Neither do we know if their points deduction will come before the end of this season. And the newly promoted teams aren't that good, but like you can never be so sure. Some purple patches could come up and Crystal Palace could be in trouble, and so they're asking for change right now. And so we're both two teams that need a statement victory, or need a statement. We needed a statement because we hadn't won a game in 7. Actually, no, it was 2 in 7. 2 in 7. Obviously, we're counting the FA Cup encounter, right? with Liverpool, but we needed to have a statement victory. And our fan base is 50-50 on this for some reason. They're 50-50 on it. And it's because of the fact that we didn't score open play goal. We scored 2 set pieces and 2 counter attacks. 3 counter attacks, right? But what we're lacking to see, or we're failing to see, is each team plays their own style. We are probably one of the best set piece teams inside the league, which means that scoring from set pieces is going to be something that we continue to do throughout the season. Scoring 2 in one game is not going to be like 2 from 2 corners is not going to be something that you're going to see often. But can we not celebrate that? Can we not say that Gabriel Magalhaes, Big G, like as I like to call him, the Big G, like we can't say that that man is showing the true DNA of that cannon that's on his chest? Can we not say that our coaching staff did a good job when we went on our holiday, when we went to Dubai, when people were making fun of Arteta for eating meat? But they're not saying that now because we've got that victory. They don't care about the meat that Arteta was eating because of the work him and the coaching staff did. Because if they didn't do that work, we wouldn't have seen those 2 goals from set pieces. A problem we had this season is in transition, our passes were not direct. We scored 3 fast break chances, which means our passes were direct. Obviously, Crystal Palace were demoralised, but we still have to finish our dinner. We haven't been finished our dinner. When we put the teams on the back foot, we have not been capitalising on it, and we did it this game. And I'm going to leave it as that. You take it game by game. The next game we play, we're playing Nottingham Forest away. So if I don't see these quick transitional passes early on in that game when we have them on the back foot, then we've taken steps backwards. If I don't see that Saka is dropped, because he deserves to be dropped, right, in the lineup, because that's a critique I have of Arteta. He needs to adapt and rotate the squad based on form and merit. So Saka's ran out of merit, and now we have to rely on his form. We have to assess his form, and it's bad. I feel like, I should see Trossard or Martinelli on that right hand side, and Saka should be on the bench. So if we don't make these adjustments going forward, then we should start to panic as a fan base. But 5-0 is as conclusive as it's gonna get. You get me? And reflecting on it, it is still a 3-horse race. Are we the horse that is most likely to be on the podium holding the bronze? That's what the forecast is saying. But at this point in time, we don't know the future. The only thing I know, we got to take it game by game, and Arteta needs to make these adjustments. If he does not make the adjustments, then he cannot win this league. Yeggooner, analyzing it again. You know how we do, baby. Peace.